Hey there, Heather. Ho, there's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to final round coverage of the 4060s ASG Golf Tournament from Broyport Rush. These guys will be just like their brethren and try to win tournaments. Jimmy Clark, who has not won an ASG tournament, will be looking for his first one and to, you know, be the big boy on campus. And he'll be going to Augusta for the year-end tournament regardless, because every one of the four tours you have 12 monthly winners, and those 12 monthly winners will be put in a pool alongside six runners up from each of the four tours. So 18 per tour, and then 72 golfers for a final weekend, which will start on New Year's Day 2026. Who will join Clayton Hefner, Dave Reagan, Dutch Harrison, Antonio Cerda, Earl Stewart, and Tommy Bolt on top of the board and to on-record qualify. Second placers have been Vic Gessie, Ted Kroll, Fred Hawkins, Herman Kaiser, Bob Toski, and Gary Player. Speaking of Gary Player, he is tied for second with Ellsworth Vines, trying to get from second place last month to first place this tournament. I mean, Jimmy Clark knows what happened to Greg Norman last week when he had a chance to win the 70s 90s tournament, and it ended up being DeWitt Weaver taking the title. Well, actually, in actuality, it was David Duvall, but because that's the second win, it went to the runner-up, and DeWitt Weaver got the spot to Augusta. So a player with Ellsworth Vines 3 shots back. Vines had the better score, so that's why he's in the final pairing with Clark. Jay Hayward, Billy Casper, Billy Joe and the aforementioned Dutch Harrison are at 9 under par. If Harrison somehow wins this tournament, that's his second tournament, and he, like Duvall, will not be given credit for it to win at British Open. It goes to the runner-up. That guy gets the spot at Augusta, and then the next guy down gets the second place spot. And worst of all for Dutch Harrison would be, with 2 tournament wins, he would be disqualified for the rest of the year. September, October, November, December. Well, August is match play, but August usually, if you win a tournament, you're not going to make the match play because it just wouldn't be fair. All right, so here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Sing a song. Oh, everybody did. Okay, let's tee off. Sorry, I sometimes forget these things. And tee off here to NASA with a triple bogey. Are we broken? Is it broken? Oh, geez. Not again. So we're just about to start the final pairing of Clark and Vines. Ted Kroll, 4 straight birdie. He's had a pair of bogeys. So we'll be ready to start. Lawson Little, a quadruple bogey, so he's fallen out of the top 20. All right, so Clark starts at 13 under par, Vines at minus 10. Well, that's the start. Clark, on the side. Is it going to stay fair? Yes. Scotty Scheffler crushed everyone at the British Open today. Really. So Scotty he's only missing one off his major resume, and that's at U.S. Open. Fine. He's about 12 feet away. Clark. Didn't do it and become a scratch golfer for birdie. Off by 2. That's all right. No. That's a triple bogey to fall kind of off the leaderboard. Jimmy DeMeritt a triple bogey. He's not going nowhere. Sam Bird Eagles to go to minus 11. He is planting a hole. So it's Clark, player, bird. Second hole, par 5. Whoa, that's to the right hand side. But as a par 5, you don't have to get on the big hole. Look out. That's wide left. Fines, what the hell? Second shot. Not bad. Ah, he landed in the bunker. Clark, you need to get third shot. That's not a good third shot. Fines. Overshoot again. 61 feet. No lag. I think that's a smart move. Fines. He'll miss by 3. Clark for part. Clark still up by a stroke. 1-3. Up at a That took a long. That took a weird turn. Get close to the pin, maybe 10 feet. Yeah. Okay. For par. Overshot. Fines for par. I'm in a tie with Gary Player right now. Is there a massive hiccup or something? Yeah. That's a massive hiccup. Don't tell me they're going to erase everything, right? I wonder what it could be. Hang on. What's going on? Yeah, something is wrong. Ugh. That's a weird hiccup. I've never seen that before. So we've had a bit of a hiccup. Fines will be Clark. Fights is going to lag. 3 feet. Nice job. Clark for birdie. Overshot it. Player is up by 2 strokes now. Fine. Long ways away. Oh, Clark. A long ways away. He's not even on the green. Fights. He's close. 19 feet. Might as well lag. Take a par. He does have 2 extra holes, including a par 5. I don't know what's clapping. What's that like? Wait, that's the first cut, isn't it? Oh. Yeah, those wins. Finds the second shot. Good job. Let's use a good second shot here. The winds are a little too strong. They'll both catch up and try to get through. Oh. Pines? Might as well. Well, he's under 40 feet. He has to shoot. Clark for birdie. Overshoots it. Clark? What a mistake. Second place. Jimmy Clark has faltered. Fines on 8. Whoa, that went strong. Clark finds the bunker. Could be worse. Check shot. No way. Clark. Okay. Fine. This is for bogey. Well, he's just lost.
for I.
Point. Good shot. And that. Clark. For Park. So the leaderboard after 9 holes, Gary Player has a 4-stroke lead over Lord Byron Nelson and Jimmy Clark. Peter Thompson is your clubhouse leader at 8 under par, so he's your leader. And, well, Thompson tried to get his first title since day one, if you will. Day one. Well, oos. Yeah, Peter Thompson tried to get his second career win. Gary Player, who took second last month to Tommy Bolt at Oakmont, is looking to win this tournament and get himself into the Augusta tournament and not needing that backdoor tournament. Byron Nelson, Jimmy Clark tied for second. Now, of course, it'll be a battle to see who would take second place at the backdoor tournament, as you are. The tiebreak is that whoever has the better first round wins. Whoever has the best score to start makes it. I'm just saying. Scorecard. A birdie by Fines on 7, but a double on 8. Screwed him up. Clark. No. The game. Give it. Good shot. Fine. He's like, I might as well. Clark. He'll drop him off. Apart. Lord Byron, a quadruple bogey. He's now out of it. Wow, a mistake by Byron Nelson, and now Sam Bird's in second place at 9 under par. If he can birdie, he might have a chance. So Clark and Vines kind of now are going to be playing for second place. Very close. Just having an out of body experience. It's a par 5, so we were 12. Clark is on green 3. That's pretty good. Fine. 7 feet. Clark, you might as well play. But he overshot it. 9. Fines for Brady? Can't do it. Brady is up by 6 strokes. Bird at 9 under par now takes the clubhouse lead. Jimmy Clark's at 9 under par, still playing. Ellsworth Fines is still playing. Lloyd Bangram would need an eagle on 18 to have a chance. But yeah. I don't know why everyone's faltering except for Player. Player doesn't play that much. Clark gets to about 10. For Brady. Too much. Clark. Clark just needs to maintain this, and hey, second place isn't half bad. I mean, you get yourself to another tournament. At worst, like even if you don't win the next 5 months, you're still going to be given a second chance. It does. That was good. Let's move up and over. Okay. Jimmy Clark. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. Fuck. Jimmy Clark. Huh. For birdie. Up by 4. Clark. Can't get the par, so he's Clark are both at 9 under par. Second shot. Jimmy Clark. Anthony Angle. Par. Finds. Oh, fuck. Gary Player's 1 stroke away. How the hell is everyone struggling except for Gary Player? Tell Jimmy Clark, you better lag because you're tied for second. Up by 5. The third player is going to crush it by 8 strokes. Well, we know who's going to win. So Gary Player gets rid of his second place finish and will win. That would be his second career ASG tournament win. He'll be going to Augusta for sure. Now the question is, who's going to be second? Well, we know 3 of the 4 tours have someone who had a second place finish now turns into first. So now comes the question. And Player has an 8-stroke lead. What did I do? I did a thing on Player, right? Well, Player for sure is going to have a big lead, a big win. So Gary Player will win by more than 3 strokes. The question now becomes, will he? I don't think so. No, he's guaranteed to win by at least 8 strokes, and I believe that is the second tied for the second best score. VJ won by 10 in the 2000s in May in Pebble, and Nick Price won by 8. When Price won in March in the 70s, 90s in Sawgrass, he beat Jansen by 8. Jimmy Clark still has a chance. Well, everyone else is on the course, so Clark and Fines. They know that 9 is second place. Fines. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like Fines, if he ties for second, will get that second place finish. That's what I think. Flip it over. Clark. 13 feet. Oh, that would have put him in second place. Right? The tiebreak is the best first round score of the 2 or more golfers would get second place. Will knock Sam Bird out of second place. Flip it over. Oh. I can have to settle for something. Clark. You sit on the cut. That's 29 feet. Clark gets this in. Clark is a 20. So Jimmy Clark, if he makes this, he takes second place. And that's not nothing to sneeze at. He will take second and win the trip to the backdoor tournament. Guaranteed. He can still win any of the next 5 months and it'll be fine. But like at least at worst he gets a tournament in late December. He needs a shot. He has a 1 in 18 chance. Off by 4 feet. Fines for par. He misses the par putt. What a miss. Clark took him. Unsurprisingly, they were three-way tie for second place, and Gary Player crushed it by 8 strokes, tying Nick Price for the second best uh, margin of victory. Actually, the record for margin of victory was Tiger in September 2022 with 7. Now it was snatched 3 times. And Gary Player has done his job. Now the question on everyone's lips will be who's second? Gary Player, a 7 under 64. Sam Bird had a 3 under par. Everyone else was like struggling. Well, if Jimmy Clark had played par golf, he would have been second, and Player would have only won by 4 strokes. But yeah, Clark would have been second. I don't know what Gary Player was eating today, but he was eating up a lot of birdies. He did have a bogey on 14, but dude had 5 birdies in a 6-hole span on the back 9. He had good fairway percentage, decent greens regulation, and the putting was there too. But Gary freaking Player, who took second place last month to Tommy Bolt, turns his second into a first this time, and his second place tournament in the back spot in the backdoor tournament is now moot. MOOT, moot. Now comes the question: Sam Bird or Jimmy Clark? Both of them at -9. We need to find a second place golfer. By the way, Peter Thompson, Jay Haybird, and Ellsworth Vines tied for 4th. Thompson, the first ever ASG tournament winner. Jay Haybird, I think he's won a tournament, hasn't he? He's been close, but he hasn't. And Ellsworth Vines has been close, but never done it. Ben Hogan with Lloyd Mangrum tied for 7th. And finishing out the top 10, Marty Virgo, Frank Beard, and Dutch Harrison at -6. Harrison, if he had scratched, he would have been second. But then Harrison would have been disqualified from second because he's already had the first. Now, let's see here. Bird and Clark, it is a tie, 67. Vines is 67. 66. Well, we know the second place. So now it goes to the second round. And with a 66, Jimmy Clark does take second place. So that's a lucky bounce. I think he's for the 40s. But yeah, Jim Clark and Sam Bird both had a 67. Then he goes to the next round, and Clark beat Bird 66-73. So Clark will take second place. So although he didn't win the tournament, he does take second place, and that's huge because that gets him to the backdoor tournament in December at worst. So yeah, Jimmy Clark will take second. Will take a spot, and maybe he gets into Augusta. Who knows? A lot of moving up. Bergamo and Worsham jumped up 16 spots. Nobody really took a massive tumble. Well, Sam Bird actually jumped up 10 spots. So if Ellsworth Vines hadn't missed that 5-foot putt, it actually would not have mattered. Clark had a 67-66. Vines had a 72. Bird had a 73. So yeah, Jimmy Clark would have taken second anyway. I just want to see how close Jimmy Clark. So Clark was third after 2 rounds, losing to Harrison and Hogan, but Jimmy Clark was third. Oh wow. And then he had a good first round. So it's official. Gary Player wins by 8 strokes, coming out of effing nowhere. Sam Bird and Jimmy Clark tied for second, but Clark officially gets second and that second place tournament thing because he had the better second round. They both had the best first round. So I think Jimmy Clark's from the 40s. Well, we do have to settle a few things. First off, we have to take the horizontal display off. Okay, so we're going to be doing team play. U.S. versus the world from Turnberry. So Turnberry will be hosting this tournament. I'm going to go you. I can't say you. Valderrama. Turnberry. So Turnberry. Oh, sorry. Team event. Sorry. Yeah, team event. Sorry. So it is at Turnberry. Should just do 4 singles matches. And then have 12 the single day and then have 2 tournaments. But it's like, it's just basically whack, 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 whack. Okay, so let's see here. Is Jimmy Clark? Yeah, Jimmy Clark's from the 40s, 50s. So Jimmy Clark is from the 40s. Hey, take a second. Okay. All right. So Team 1 will lead the U.S. and Team 2 will lead the world. Oh, starts. All right. That's right. Sure. Include players from the United States and then international. 1, 2, 3. All right. So, yay. 2 Canadians. Knudsen and Balding got snuck in. All right. So that's good news. The international team of Locke, Player, Thompson, Charles, DeFincenzo, Ferrier, Nagel, Devlin, Knudsen, Serta, Balding, Henning. Now, one problem though. Well, in the U.S. has Palmer, Hogan, Demerit, Kerry, Middlecoff, Boros, Sneed, Casper, Marr, Virgo, January, Hamilton, Harbert. Good group. But there's one tiny little problem. This is a stroke. This is a match play thing, and I usually have it in August. If you won any tournament in the first 7 months, you're not allowed to compete because we want fairness. So, what does this mean? Well, I know my well, Antonio Serta is off the international list because he's gone. I think he's the only international with one, right? No players. Wow, the international doesn't have player and they don't have Nagel. So that's huge. Palmer has not won a tournament. Hogan did not win a tournament, so he's allowed. Demerit hasn't won. Middlecoff has won in the past, but this is for the season. So it doesn't mean everyone has 0 tournaments. Kerry Middlecoff will be eligible. I know he's won 4 tournaments, but because Middlecoff has not won this year, he's eligible. Boros, Sneed, Casper. Yeah, Casper has a second, right? Oh no, Casper was close. Marr, Fergal, January, Hamilton, Harbert. Yeah, no. Wow, I thought that Harrison would have been picked, but no. So the Americans are clean with 12 guys. The Americans need, the world needs 2 players. Gessie is American, right? Kroll is, Hawkins is, Kaiser is, Toski is, Player, and Jimmy Clark. The world will need 2 players. Now the question is, what do we do? Lacerda and Player. Yeah, but they can't be. Yeah, Lacerda and Player can't be. Hey, Lacerda, Player. Yeah, so Brian Huggett. Well, he's from England, right? Yep. So it will be Hunt and Peter Alice who will get in. Yeah, there are no foreign born runners up. So yeah, so Hunt and Alice, because yeah, he's from England, right? Yeah, they were trying to get somebody. They were trying to get like Henning, but yeah, they were trying to get English players. So Hunt and Alice are gonna be coming into the international team. So Knudsen and Balding, nice. We got 2 Canadians playing. And that'll be all. Oh, team 1. Oh, you gotta put team. Oh, I know where. Yeah, so yeah, Hunt and Alice will have to come in for player and Serta because they won tournaments. Yeah, they've won tournaments, so they have to excuse themselves, if you will. So yeah, U.S. tournament in the world. So Palmer will start. Hogan, Demerit, Milikoff, Burrows, Need, Casper, Moore, Fergal, January, Hamilton, and Harbert. U.S. lock. But so yeah, 2 Canadians. Nice. They put Knudsen and Balding in. I feel bad that it's not Mo Norman, but we'll save. Yeah, so Knudsen will face Virgo. Balding will face Hamilton. So yeah, we'll have some matches here for you, and hopefully we'll have fun with the new format. And I apologize for the hiccups. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.